Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing data interpretation, UGC NET paper 1 data interpretation. This is one section where most of the people get the questions wrong. उनको लगता है कि बहुत difficult है, but it's actually very easy. When you try to analyze the data, when you're able to analyze the data, it's very easy. Okay? So today we will be discussing about one question. Okay? And the question is right in front of your screen. Okay, first of all, let us read the question very carefully. Okay, the following table gives the percentage of marks obtained by 7 students in 6 different subjects in an examination. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subjects and 7 students. Okay, so like before I proceed further, right, you need to understand what is data interpretation. Data interpretation is nothing but the extraction of maximum information from a given set of data or information. It is that simple. Okay, so you will be given a data set. So for example, this is a data set. There will be some questions here. Okay, and based on these questions you should be able to answer looking at the data set. Okay, and सबसे बेस्ट चीज regarding data interpretation is आपको options दिए गए हैं. So at any point of time, if you make any mistake, right, you will be able to find out easily कि आपको आंसर सही नहीं मिल रहे. That means कुछ ना कुछ गलत हो रहा है calculation में. So it's a hint. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so like in this table you see that the percentage of marks obtained by 7 students in 6 different subjects in an examination is given here. So basically 90, 100 ये जो आपको marks ये जो दिख रहा है यहाँ पे ना, ये सारे percentages हैं. ठीक है, percentages हैं और ये maximum marks है. ठीक है, alright. So ये चीज आपको this has to be very clear. Alright, this is not 90 out of 150. This is 90%, 100%. Alright, 90%. That's how it is. Okay. So सबसे पहले let's read the question. Question number 1. Okay. What are the average marks obtained by all the 7 students in physics? Rounded off to 2 digit after decimal. Okay. So we need to find the average marks obtained by all the 7 students in physics. So the moment you read this question, right, you would directly jump into this column, all right, and then you'll start taking the average. No, don't do that. I'll tell you the reason why. Okay, just a second. Okay, now see, if you look at this particular data set, right, these are the percentage of marks obtained by these students. Okay, physics. So let's go to question number 1 here. So the question is clearly asking what are the average marks obtained by all the 7 students. So that means we need to find the marks obtained out of 120. 90 is not out of 120. We need to find what marks did Ayush get out of 120. Now if we look into this, okay, see, I've used some formula here, though you will not have access to the formulas. You can use a pen and a paper that will be provided when you write the exam. Okay, so see, Ayush got 90% in physics. So out of 120, how much did he score? He scored 108. See, if it's very difficult, just what you have to do, 90 out of 100 he scored 90. So out of 120, how much did he score? It's 90 divided by 100 into 120. Same goes with this, 80 divided by 100 into 120, and you can go ahead and check what are the marks obtained in physics for all these students. So these are the marks. Okay, now the question is, what is the average of marks? So when you take out the average, see, you can add a formula here. All right, average E3 is to E9, or you can just add all of these and divide by 7, you'll get the average. Okay, you can either do this way. I'm using a formula here, though you might not have access to the formulas. See, it's the same thing. Sum of E3 is to E9. You have to add this manually with a pen and a paper. Okay, Divide by 7, you'll get 89.14. Okay, so let's see if we have the option here. Okay, see 89.14. So that means this is absolutely correct. You're going to get marks for this. You have that option here. Okay, let's go to question number 2. The number of students who obtain 60% and above marks in all the subjects is, you need to find the number of students who obtain 60% and above marks in all the subjects. This data set is based on percentages. Okay, percentage out of 100. So let's go to this. Okay, now if you see, Sajal and Rohit are the only two students who have scored more than 60% in all the subjects. If you see Ayush, he got 50 here, Aman 40, Muskan 50 here, Tanvi 40, Tarun 35, 50. See, the best part about using Excel or Google Sheet is you can use a formula, conditional formatting. Okay, format cells if greater than or equal to 60, and then this thing gets highlighted. But like I said, it won't be that easy when you go and write the exam. You have to do everything manually. But still, it's very obvious. You can just go row by row and see. See, there's 50 here, so definitely Ayush did not score more than 60. 60%, sorry. Aman 40%. Sajal and Rohit more than 60. So there are 2. So the answer would be the number of students who obtain 60% and above marks in all the subjects will be option number B, which is 2. Okay. The third question. What was the aggregate of marks obtained by Sajal in all the 6 subjects? In all the six subjects, okay, Sajal. So let's go to Q3. Okay. Now we need to find the aggregate marks. So these are 90, 60, these are all percentages. We don't want the average of percentages, we want the aggregate marks. So in order to find the aggregate marks, we need to know what was Sajal's score after 150. So 90% means he scored 135 out of 150. Similarly, केमिस्ट्री में अगर उसको 60% मिल रहा है, that means उसे 78 out of 130 मिला है. See, I'll show you here. 78 divided by 130 into 100, 60% हो गया. ठीक है, ये सारी चीजें आपको मैनुअली करनी पड़ेगी, तो you have to practice. Okay, and it's not that difficult, it's very easy. Same goes with all the subjects. ठीक है, तो ये जो यहाँ से लेके जो यहाँ तक है ना, these are the marks obtained out of the maximum marks, which is 150, 130, 120, 100, 60 and 40. देखो 170% है तो इसमें भी 70 होगा. ठीक है, अब एग्रीगेट है. अब एग्रीगेट जब हम निकालेंगे इसका, हम इसका ये सारी चीजों का सम निकालेंगे. 135 से लेके एग्रीगेट निकालना. ठीक है, सो इट्स गोना बी 449. The option will be 449. Okay, let's move to question number 4. In which subject is the overall percentage the best? तो हमको ये चीज पता करना है कि in which subject overall percentage is the best or the maximum. Okay, let's go to question number 4. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन अच्छे से देखो क्या लिखा हुआ है. In which subject is the overall percentage? You see, this data set has everything mentioned in percentage, so it's going to be very easy. All right, like for example, see 90, 100, 90, 80, 80, 70, 60. You just have to take out the percentage, average percentage. ठीक है, 82.14. Similarly for this 61. Percentages निकालना तो everybody knows, average percentage. इसको सब ऐड करके डिवाइड कर दो by the number of students, you'll get the average percentage. Same for geography, history and computer science. और इसमें अगर आप फॉर्मूला यूज करते हो, if you use Excel, ठीक है, it will be very easy. इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन सीखने के लिए यूज गूगल शीट और एक्सेल, इट विल बी वेरी क्लियर. ठीक है, तो इसमें देखो एक फॉर्मूला है मैक्स D11 से लेके I11. ये D कॉलम रो 11 से लेके I11, इसमें से जो मैक्सिमम परसेंटेज होगा वो हाईलाइट हो जाएगा. सो द आंसर इज मैथ्स. वेरी सिंपल. So last question is, what is the overall percentage of Tarun? तरुण का ओवरऑल परसेंटेज क्या है। ये क्वेश्चन देखते ही 90% स्टूडेंट्स विल जस्ट स्टार्ट एडिंग ऑल दीज और इसका परसेंटेज एवरेज परसेंटेज निकाल देंगे। हमें एवरेज परसेंटेज नहीं चाहिए, हमें ओवरऑल परसेंटेज चाहिए। we need to find out the overall percentage and I'll tell you how we can do that. Okay, see, तरुण का चाहिए, ठीक है। तो मैथ्स में उसे 65% मिला है, दैट मीन्स उसे 150 में कितने मार्क्स आए, 97.5। क्या करना है इसमें, कुछ भी नहीं करना, 65 डिवाइडेड बाय 100 इंटू 150। मतलब अगर 100 में उसे 65 मिला है तो 150 में कितना मिलेगा, दैट मीन्स आउट ऑफ 100 इफ तरुण हैज स्कोर्ड 65 which is 65%, out of 150 उसे कितना मिल रहा है। तो इट्स वेरी सिंपल, 65 डिवाइडेड बाय 100 इंटू 150, सो 97.5। ठीक है, 97.5 डिवाइड बाय 150 शुड बी 65। आपको करके दिखाता हूँ यहाँ पे। सो 97.5 डिवाइडेड बाय 150.65 आ रहा है, बिकॉज हम परसेंटेज में निकालेंगे तो इसका 65। ठीक है, ये पेन पेपर से आपको करना पड़ेगा। सिमिलरली केमिस्ट्री में उसको 45.5 मिला है आउट ऑफ 130। फिजिक्स में 60 बाय 120। 60 बाय 120 मतलब क्या है, 50%। 50% क्या है, सेम 100 में अगर है तो डेफिनेटली इट विल बी 77, एंड हिस्ट्री कंप्यूटर साइंस का तो इट्स 48 एंड 32। ठीक है, सो ओवरऑल परसेंटेज निकालने का फॉर्मूला है टोटल मार्क्स ऑब्टेन डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल मार्क्स इनटू 100। सो टोटल मार्क्स उसको कितना मिला है, यहाँ से लेके आप इसको यहाँ ऐड करेंगे। इस परसेंटेज को आप ऐड नहीं करेंगे, आपको इसको जो मार्क्स मिले हैं आउट ऑफ 150, 130, 120, 100, 60 and 40, you have to add these marks. These are the total marks that he received. ठीक है, तो उसको कितना मिला, 360 आउट ऑफ कितना। अब 150 देखो, अगर आप मैं इस पर क्लिक करूंगा तो फॉर्मूला देखो, 150, 130, 120, 100, 60, 40, which is 150, 130, 120, 100, 60, 40, तो टोटल 600। मार्कशीट में ऐसे ही होता है, you guys have seen। ठीक है, सो टोटल मार्क्स ऑब्टेन 360, टोटल मार्क्स 600। ओवरऑल परसेंटेज क्या होगा, 360 which is D9 here, ठीक है, डिवाइडेड बाय 600 into 100 which is 60 or 60%। नाउ डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन इस वाले टैब पे जाएंगे तो देखो इसका ऑप्शन है व्हाट इज द ओवरऑल परसेंटेज ऑफ थर्ड, 60%। okay, so it's very simple, you should not be worried when you see a DI question, it's very easy, just look at the data set, understand। जैसे यहाँ पे the most important thing is it clearly mentions the following table gives the percentage of marks obtained by 7 students in 6 different subjects, so these are percentages, these are not marks, these are percentages। so people should not make a mistake, they should read the question very carefully, the directions very carefully and the questions। अगर आपको ये क्वेश्चन, ये ऑप्शंस में से नहीं आ रहा कोई भी, दैट मीन्स आपका कैलकुलेशन गड़बड़ है। This is one section where you can score 5 out of 5 very easily। Okay, so I hope you guys like the video. If you really like it, I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for checking out my YouTube channel. Bye bye।